Hi friends, my name is Yogesh. I am a TPM in one of the big technology company, and I am doing role of the TPM in IC and leadership capacity for some time now in my career. Today I am here to talk about system design interview in a TPM interview cycle. So now let's address the elephant in the room. Why system design interview? It can be called differently. It can be called system design interview, technical architecture interview, backend design interview, different names. But at the end of the day, it has to showcase T from the TPM role. What about PM role? Only program managers without T. Those roles sometimes are more business centric. Sometimes they are more functional centric, like ERP, code to cash. You must have heard different things. But when it comes to TPM, the T is very important. The interview has to demonstrate, can you work with engineers? Can you understand the concept of technology? Can you architect certain things at certain level? Can you understand what the engineering team is speaking very quickly? Can you ask right questions to engineering managers or architects? And can you assess the risk at the same time provide suggestions? Now, what to expect in this system design interview? Typically, you will give a single line hypothetical statement or problem statement, like you design a cab system online, design a restaurant review, a mobile app, how to shorten a URL. It can be anything, right? And then that is where you need to develop. So that's where the system design interview will start, where interviewer will give you a smaller problem statement, and then you will be jumping into solutioning that. How to approach these interviews, system design interviews? First of all, ask questions and define your scope. Right? Ask questions is a common theme everywhere in all interviews, but in this space, your questions have to be intelligent. They need to show that you understand the subject of technology. Define what you are designing for. Are you designing backend system or front-end system, services architecture, persistent storage, or all of it? So this is something which you need to ask those questions to interviewer and work through it. Ask about for what you are engineering for, what you are architecting for. Is it for a particular region? Is it for a particular customer base? Is it for particular functionality? It is for redundancy also. We need to look at the DR as well, which is disaster recovery. So all of those you need to confirm and maybe do certain assumptions if interviewer asks you to. So it's very important you partner with interviewer in all of this discussion and do not spend time just on your white paper thinking about these things. You need to size the network bandwidth. You need to look at the data storage, what it requires. So sizing may be the first step. And then work with interviewer and whiteboard your solution. Go broad in terms of your architecture, and then based on interviewer feedback, you can come vertically deeper down into a particular topic when the interviewer wants to know. Interviewer may want to know services architecture. He may want to know scaling. He may want to know about storage, retrieval, what our trade-offs are, what are the metrics are. So in 30 to 40 minutes, you cannot cover it all. And that's why you need to partner well with the interviewer to see where he or she wants to go and help them understand your knowledge and skills in that area. What about success metrics? Success metrics are there in product, but it's also there in technology. What about performance? What about availability? What about consistency of data? What about reliability of your technology or the architecture? All of these are important considerations when you design certain things. Now, scaling vertically and horizontally is something which you need to think about, and it will have trade-offs. Vertical scaling is easier, but it has limitations. Horizontal scaling will scale you much higher, but then what about challenges which come from that? Think about that. Let's touch upon how to prepare and practice, right? How to prepare for these interviews. So first of all, not all TPMs in their career get a continuous opportunity to work on technology architecture end to end, right? Sometimes we do, sometimes we do not. The role is pretty vast. So that means these kind of interviews will require some effort. It will not happen. You cannot just use your day-to-day work experience and go and appear for interview. For system design, you need to make some effort. So I would say 3-step process. And if you want a keyword, be the linchpin. B stands for build, L stands for learn, and P stands for practice. So build your knowledge about the technology architecture. Think about UX. Think about content delivery networks. Think about monoliths versus microservices. Think about load balancing. Think about how to communicate with client, especially on chat, like if you have WebSocket, long pole, any kind of connections you know about or you want to read about. Think about cache, very important. Where to implement cache and what is your cache eviction policy or refresh policy. Think about persistent storage, database, which is RDBMS or NoSQL, or what kind of database you want to use. Think about messaging, very important. Think about synchronous versus asynchronous communication. Do you want to keep the whole of the system locked in a sync architecture, or can there be async calls wherever possible? There are a lot of material available online to read through it. You can look into something like educated.io, and then maybe more links which we can give you. But there are things which you need to learn or at least refresh if you have done that in past. Then after this building this technology backbone, then come the learning phase. In learning phase, you need now to specifically look at system design interviews and learn about it. There's a lot of material available online to read and also watch. There are very good videos online and a lot of free videos which you can watch and understand about what kind of questions will come in system design interview and how the experts are approaching it. Find a common pattern, and you will see the common pattern. When I give you a couple of examples right now about URL shortening or restaurant reviews or CAP system, all of these will have some common design patterns which you can identify. You will also be able to identify trade-offs once you do these first two things, which is building your technology backbone and learning about the specific interviews. The third step would be to practice. Practice. And how do we practice? Practice with your friends. Practice with your engineering leads or engineering partners, and practice with some coaches who can coach you about these interviews, who can give you right feedback, who can interview you and then give you feedback after that. So that's the third step. Again, what we talked about: build knowledge, technical backbone, learn about system design interviews, and then practice. Rinse and repeat this. Remember, repetition doesn't spoil the prayer. So if more you do, it's going to be helpful for you. Now, this interview of system design, how important is that? This is very, very important interview. It will have equal or more weightage in the interview. So you should remember that. It helps overall in your scoring of your interview. So take this very, very seriously. I'm going to give you some final tips before I hang up about this system design interview. Think about breadth and then the depth of technology. You should be able to talk about everything. Again, it's 30 to 40 minutes interview, not more, right? So that means you need to continuously partner with interviewer. He or she at that point of time is your best friend. Partner with them, ask them questions, what they want to know, and work with them. Be honest at certain times. If you do not know a particular thing, that's fine, right? Content design network. If you're not worked on it, that's fine. You can have a vague idea about it, that's fine. Move on and take to the next topic. Think about CAP theorem, very important. In system design interview, you will apply directly or indirectly the CAP theorem many times. So think about that. Finally, if you see behind me, there are drums, right? So all the drums play differently with different pitch, at different pitch level. You need to make sure you play your drums, all the drums, and showcase your skills. And then maybe pick couple best which interviewer wants to know and go deeper. Be an active listener. Don't tell what you want to tell, but rather answer the question. A lot of time I have done that mistake. We get lost in what we know, but not answering the question what they want to know. Remember, interviews are like wearing nice socks with a hole. While we want interviewer to admire the pattern and texture of the sock, interviewer can only see is the whole. So be at least aware of that, right? So overall, I would say be honest, prepare hard, and ask for help from the interviewer at that point of time. Be the linchpin. Build, learn, practice. Do not lose heart. These interviews sometimes click, sometimes do not. Why? Because there are some difficult questions. Sometimes they will ask very, very proprietary system design, which is from their own company, which not many people have worked on, and that may not go well. That's okay, but their passing bar may be lower. So try hard. And as more practice interviews which you do, you will see your percentage success rate will keep going higher. I want to wish you all the best. Remember, system design is the key interview interview process. Do prepare well, build your knowledge, learn about system design interview, and practice, rinse and repeat. Thank you again. All the best.
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Our website is prepfully.com. We've got lots of interview questions there. You can also schedule a mock interview with one of our experts. You can find the link in the description below. And we hope you totally rock your interview.